Hey everyone, and happy Easter! I'm Sirena, and I'm so pumped for what's about to happen. Before we get started, there's only one thing you need to know about Easter Jam. Easter Jam is for everyone. So you teenagers out there, this is for you. You little ones out there, this is for you too. College kids, we know you're home right now. This is for you too. No matter who you are, we want you to know that Easter Jam is for you too. So take a look around you, and if there's anyone missing, now's a good time to pause this video and go gather them around, because we're about to start in 3, 2, 1.
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
Hey families, my name's Taylor Bacon, and I'm excited to continue hosting the Easter Jam 2020. I hope you've had fun so far, but really the fun is just getting started. To start the game that we're going to do, you're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need a microwavably safe plate. You're going to need 2 Peeps or 2 marshmallows or something of that same consistency that would expand in a microwave. So Peeps or marshmallows. You're going to need 2 toothpicks, 1 for each marshmallow or Peep. And then finally, you're going to need a microwave that can go for like 45 seconds. So go gather those supplies and come back here. I'll wait on you. Okay, you got everything? All right, great. So now what you're going to do is you're going to divide the room into 2 teams. So maybe put mom on this team and dad on this team and brother on this team and sister on this team, or however you want to divide it. Make it even among your family. Maybe 3, 3, 2, 2, whatever you can do. So now you have an even split. Everyone pick a Peep, pick a marshmallow that represents your team. You can take a Sharpie and you can decorate on these things, draw a mustache on your Peep, draw a face on your marshmallow, however you want to identify your team. Go ahead and do that now. Now you've got your team. You've got your marshmallow or Peep that represents your team. So now what you're going to do is you're going to place a toothpick into each marshmallow or Peep, right? And make sure that the toothpicks are facing each other just like this, just like a joust that a knight would use on his horse, right? So now you've got the marshmallows, they've got their jousts, and they're ready to go. Set those on a plate as close as you possibly can without the toothpicks touching or the toothpicks touching the marshmallows or Peeps, right? Don't worry, social distancing is not required in this challenge. They're going to be safe. So now you've got your Peeps and their jousts on a plate. Place this in the microwave. Set the timer to 45 seconds. From a safe distance, watch the Peeps. The first marshmallow that touches the other with his toothpick wins. And then go ahead and stop it as soon as it touches the other marshmallow. Are you ready? This is going to be super fun. Pause this video, do this challenge, and don't forget to take a picture of the photo finish.
How did it go? Who won? I want pictures. Post your pictures with the hashtag EasterJam2020. And that was a lot more fun than I thought it would be. And also, this happened. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Annie Barker, and I'm the new Youth Ministry Assistant here at FUMC. Now, who's ready for another game? For this game, you'll need a basket and socks. Lots and lots of socks. Clean or dirty, doesn't matter, as long as they have a match. If you need to, go grab these items now. Press pause, and I'll explain the rest. Got your basket and socks? Great. Now choose 2 people to play. You will also need 2 people to be the scorekeepers. To get started, dump all of the socks on one side of the room. And don't worry, all of those socks will make their way back to the basket real soon. Then place the basket on the other side of the room. When I say go, players will get a sock and then go through the pile to find the matching one. And then you will put them into a ball or like an Easter egg and then throw them across the room into the basket. That's it. That's the game. The player with the most sock eggs in the basket at the end of the timer wins. Now, if you don't have somebody to be the scorekeeper, that's totally fine, but you'll just have to keep up with that number on your own. This means that everybody has to be on the honor system. I'm looking at you, parents. Now, to go and get ready for this game, press pause, and I'll wait here. Everybody ready? Great. We are putting a 1-minute timer on the clock. This Easter egg throwdown is happening in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, families, gather around. So who won? Okay, that was wild. And whoever won gets socks. Just kidding. Parents, maybe you can make sure that whoever won gets a little something extra special today, like melted peeps. Okay, I'm just kidding again. I hope you guys are having fun so far. We're celebrating because today is Easter. And even if you don't know the Easter story, that's okay. Today, we'll talk about what makes today more than any other day. But before we get there, I know you have a lot of family and friends who would love to hear from you. And to make that happen, you have a few options. So pause this video and pick one of the challenges on the screen to wish your peeps a happy Easter. Okay, so I just got like 9 texts from you guys saying happy Easter. Thanks, fam. Nice. Even though we're celebrating Easter a little different than we have in the past, it's still okay. Easter is happy. And that's not just because of the peeps or the chocolate bunnies or awesome egg hunts. Although those things are awesome, it's still happy because of what happened thousands of years ago at the first Easter. It's the world's most powerful story. And yet it's so simple. So simple, it can be told with laundry. That's right. Roll the video.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts and minds and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and His disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome Him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest Him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted Him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with His friends, He told them that He would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest Him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent Him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have Him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release Him. but a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of his own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then he died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely he was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took his body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now he was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down his life. Through God's power, he defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, he's promised to return, so we can live with him forever.
Wow, I hear that story every Easter and it always amazes me. I mean, God sent Jesus to the world to remind me that he is greater than anything that can go wrong in my world. And really, the simple fact that Jesus came back to life is proof to me that I can face anything bad that happens. I like to think about it this way. I can because Jesus is alive. I can blank because Jesus is alive. I can keep loving because Jesus is alive. I can be brave because Jesus is alive. And I can hope because Jesus is alive. So here's an idea for you. Take a few minutes and add to this list of things that you can do because Jesus is alive. Answer this question as a family. How would you fill in the blank? I can blank because Jesus is alive. Pause the video while you discuss this, and when you're finished, meet me right back here. Man, I really love those conversations that you just had. I think they remind us that Jesus really is the reason for a lot of the things that we have hope in. He's the reason for why we love people the way we do. And today is such a beautiful reminder of that. Because Jesus rose from the dead, we are able to do all of these things for a reason. And that's for sharing his love with as many people as we possibly can and making this earth look more like the kingdom of God. Now, today more than ever, with Easter being the way it is this year, I want you to still go out and make happy memories together with your family. And I want to do one thing to maybe start those memories today. So however you look today, whether you're in your pajamas or you are in a suit and dresses, I don't know how you came to this today, but what I do know is that it doesn't matter. And so I want you and your family to go outside, and I want you to take a family Easter photo together. Have someone take this picture in your family, set a self-timer on your camera, however you can do it. Take an Easter family together. All smiles, bunny rabbit ears, silliness, whatever it is. And then share that photo with us on social media with FUMC Baton Rouge and FUMC Baton Rouge Children's Ministry, Preteen Ministry, Youth Ministry, whatever social media you follow us on, share it and hashtag EasterJam2020 so we know that's what it's for. And to kind of close all of this out, after you've taken that picture, I want you to remember that maybe now more than ever is a time to celebrate God's faithfulness and hope that we get through Jesus. Because in these times, it can be hard, but God's timing is good and perfect. And I think getting to celebrate Jesus in a chaotic world like this is pretty fitting. And so think that maybe after all, Jesus is really what makes Easter so happy and not all the other things that we're used to doing. I hope this broken down Easter and this very simplistic Easter has been just what you've needed this season. So thank you so much for joining us here at First United Methodist Church in our Easter Jam 2020. We hope you have a great rest of your day making those family memories.
Happy day, I'll never be the same.